Moshi Moshi! Good morning, still counts as morning. It's before noon, at least here and over in North America, not over in that crazy Europe where I should be starting drinking again. That's a start. That's what'll happen with 4 hours of sleep will do ya. I decided to come home in the morning after night shift. And I felt like watching Jackass. So I threw on Jackass Forever. I got to the point where they were doing trivia and getting smacked in the balls with sandals. So it seemed like an appropriate time to finally call it and go to bed. But I do love it. Back on in with Final Fantasy XII, where we murdered a giant turtle off stream. I apologize that I took care of it off stream. I touched upon this very briefly on another stream of I'm embarrassed at how easy it was to do. Like, upset with myself at how easy it was. How you doing, RJD? And thank you for that wonderful wonderful little message. Yeah, I missed you there, but I was happy that we were able to still catch up on it, and you know, you missed the good chat about Final Fantasy. But the thing is about Final Fantasy chat is it never goes away. It's always there. It's always lingering. And it's always a good thing to have a little chit chat about. So 33 hours deep. So I have to say, I can't hand in the hunt with about the gill snapper because apparently it's not the rainy season. And so I'm like utterly confused about like how on earth am I supposed to hand this damn thing in? Like, how am I supposed to know it's the rainy season? It was raining when I killed the turtle. And then I sort of like made a mistake. So like my guess is like at this point exactly right here, it ain't raining. It ain't raining men. It ain't raining nothing. So I don't know what I'm like I read that like, you know, oh, you know, you're supposed to, you know, back. So how, like, when does it go back to not dry season? Because I gotta go all the way, I think it's down here. I gotta go all the way down there. It comes, so essentially don't worry about handing that in. We completed it. We can go on. I'm sure we can come back to Rabanastra some other time. I actually like read it was like something about like for every 2 hours in game time or something like that. Like you think I'm waiting 2 hours in game for it to change to a different cycle? But yeah, we're supposed to be going to the north of Nalbina through the Mossfern High Waste and the Salika Wood. Oh, for fuck's sake. So like that's legit. That's legit timing. All right. So checking it out. Yeah, Nalbina and Arcades. I hope there's a really great arcade there. But I believe this is as far north as we can probably make it. I'll see if there's like an Albina fortress. Relatively yes. I still would like to have a sit down with you when we can both find the time in our very busy evenings. But that's sort of what really helped, like sitting down and looking at them, like in the evening before fighting the gill snapper. I really realized a few things very quickly. Now, of course, like my current party is these three numpties, but like, so, you know, not overly too crazy. He doesn't have a lot of skills at the moment. But you know, like something like that, and then, you know, I was like, oh, I'm running out of, you know, stuff. Changing up hers to so it's all the second level of spells. I never even thought of that type of thing. But yeah, like, so really setting it up properly. It's hard to basically stop the stream. Yeah, exactly. And I've said before, like, I don't like to stop the stream. You know, the same as like when I'm playing Trails. Like, it bothers me, like, oh, like, They're a little better with the new game I'm playing, in Reverie, and I hope it's the same for Daybreak and Daybreak 2 and whatnot. But it's, you know, like, you get a new character and you have to give them everything, and you're like, oh, like, well, how do you even work? Like, you know, what spells should you have, and all this stuff, and it sort of, you know, really takes away from the stream. So this looks like this is really it. So I'm gonna, can you take me to like the north? Is there a north gate? I guess I'm gonna have to look at is there a north gate like that I want to go through? I guess if I look at the world map, it'll tell me where we want to go. I guess the Dalmasca Ester Sand. I came across a save file in Final Fantasy XII that had an interesting setup for stealing. I still feel like I'm missing something about that one. Want to go through the Dalmasca Ester Sand. Okay, so we can head there. So Horn, me, help me out here. Just a super busy day for you yesterday. I can only understand. Do I have a teleport crystal? You may want to warp to Nalbina. I don't think I saw Nalbina there. To be honest. It's okay. We'll make our way through murdering everything on its way. It's not a problem. And we ran so far away to better get away. Welcome to Jurassic Park. And on the way through here. It's so weird how it switches back like to Vaughn and then back to the Party Hearty. It's gonna have to take a... I'm assuming that's where we want to go, like just super straight north, an area we haven't really been to. So you had a gambit set up for foe targeting self set to attack. That was set above foe H1. I'm gonna have to look at that. So usually naturally you're stealing before the enemy attacks you. And I find like that's really the thing. Is that like we've seen it with Vaughn of like, you know, if no one's attacking it, you know, then he's sitting there trying to steal, or he runs off and, you know, multiple enemies show up, and so he's just like, oh, that guy hasn't been hit, so I'm going to try to steal from you, or I'm going to steal from you, and it just does not work. So, foe targeting self. Let's see if we have that, first of all. Foe targeting self. And then you set that to attack. And that was set before the enemy. So put that above the foe HP 100%. So we're setting number 6 to number 1. All right. There we go. Now I assume like that would also work for... He also steals to a lesser extent. So I would have to do the same thing for that. Foe targeting self. Now again, this won't work too often on Balthier if I'm not really the guy, but if it helps it work better, then I'm all for it. Now I was prioritized healing and reviving first, but that was the setup. Oh yeah, like you'd see the same way for everybody essentially. It's funny, like you go down a few rabbit holes. Like I went down a few with on Reddit with this this game about people going on about it, and the Gambit and the license system really is Like you can certainly see, like, you know, as jokey as it was with Dream Eaters coming on in the other day, you can certainly see this game, you know, really ruffles some feathers with people. Like, it's comical, right? Like, I don't mind it. Like, my first foray into it, but maybe I don't mind. Like, I see a few complaints, like sort of like what Dream Eaters sort of brought up, like the fact that you gotta do things multiple times. Like, okay, so you buy the magic, but you can't use the magic yet, not until you buy the license. And then you're not going to use the license until you set up the gambit to actually use what you're buying. Like, I get it. But, you know, like, I think maybe because I've played some MMOs in my time, like, not that, like, an MMO is even like this. Like, I would say, like, I played Final Fantasy XI, which is more similar to the... It's not a gambit system, but the way it sort of worked was like you were sort of preloading your attacks in Final Fantasy XI before you would do them. And that's sort of how they just worked. And so maybe, and, you know, and I loved Final Fantasy XI, so maybe that was part of my thing of why I don't find this too bad. But I don't mind it. I can certainly see where people come from. Yeah, I guess it didn't take too long. I'm assuming just keep going north. Sort of explore a little bit of everything. Not getting much here, though. You know what's funny? So, all for that gill snapper, all like that made it simple was having the dagger that Bosch has right now, like blinding the guy, and then having someone silence him. Like, that was literally all it was. Like, and then like making sure, like, you know, so, you know, like in the decoy thing, like obviously not having that didn't really help out, or like not having it on while we were fighting it on the stream didn't help, because I was just getting everybody smoked in the end. So it didn't help too much, but yeah, it was amazing how quickly he went down just with a slight adjustment of the right gambits. It wasn't like I wasn't leveled high enough. It wasn't any of that stuff. Like, you know, a typical, like, sort of like what we're talking about, like with the older Final Fantasy. Like, I ran into a couple of rough sessions there, just sort of forgetting the basics of Final Fantasy of like, oh, I have ethers. I could have, you know, made this life easier on myself. Still was able to do the dungeon on one go, but I certainly see, like, you know, that was a grinding game, right? You needed money, you needed experience. If you weren't high enough level, you were gonna get your ass handed to you. That was the end of it. There was no conversation to it. So, you know, it's not one of those things like, hey, why don't you go walk around for a little bit and just start killing things. You don't have to do that. It wasn't part of the deal. So, good day to you, traveler. We little offer aside from the river herself. You're welcome to rest along her banks as you like. Can I have a bath? Is that something that we shouldn't be doing? You know. And I'm assuming now that I've touched this crystal, now I could teleport to this area now that it's unlocked. Final Fantasy 1 is why I don't mind grinding levels. And like I said, I love the quality of life thing. Because what made it more acceptable is, like I said, I don't want to grind levels. You know, the game is like, I don't think it's like going by too quickly or anything. I think it's a good pace of what we're playing with Final Fantasy 1. But the quality of life of being able to boost up the money and boost up the experience a little bit, like, could you imagine the grinding that you had to do if that wasn't possible? Ugh. There'd be a lot of me playing on my off time, just running around a castle, just butchering goblins. That's my Chocobo, just over there. He's a fondness for shiny things, buries everything it can get its beak on. The most recent victim? All the gil I made in Rabanasta. Down on my luck, you might say? Buy something to help me out. What do you say? We have all of those. Probably use some more Phoenix Downs. Yeah, we're pretty good on everything else. We have Blizzard. Weird that they are selling something so off. You can dig up all that gill in the sand too. Oh, I bet. I bet. I just want to see if this guy has anything interesting to buy from his bazaar. I actually find those quite something. He did not have anything. All right. Oh, we're like in a spot like that doesn't go forward. I just realized that. There's a ferry, apparently. The Nebra is one of the greatest rivers in Dalmasca. She carries strange gifts for those with eyes to look. Discarded trinkets, lost coin purses, even messages in bottles have I found on my daily walks of her banks. You have to sell merchants different specific items to unlock. Oh, okay. So I was basically selling him the everyday basic bitch stuff. Sorry, the ferry's not running right now. My dad took the boat across to the north bank, but he hasn't come back. What's taking so long? I don't... You tell me, Taijiri. Am I not supposed to go this way? Sort of seems like there's no one interesting overly to talk to. They're all just villagers. So that area is locked for now. Okay, saves me just trying to figure it out. So I guess we're not going straight up to the north. Heaven forbid that, right? So where are we heading? We're going over here then. That's fine. Ooh, look at that big doggy. You were bang, no bite. Come on, eventually things if they want to fight me, we'll come over. So I guess I gotta work my way up to the eastern side here a little bit and then we'll go over. It should be on the big map. Yeah, like that was how far north and we can't access that point. Unless it was that way? Could you imagine? Because this is going to look like this leads nowhere. I could be wrong. What on earth is this that I stumbled in? South then east. What have I stumbled on into here? Need the Barhane key. Okay, not here. I love like that, like... Maybe it's just me thinking out loud. Like... So a lure is a picture of a duck. Maybe I'm not picking up on that. Wouldn't it be better to put a picture of a fish or a fish lure than I would have picked up on that? You came out here when you escaped from the Nalbina dungeons. Oh wait, is the duck the decoy? Like a duck decoy. I don't know, I've never really heard of a duck decoy. Is that a thing I'm missing out on? You can be honest with me, RJD. If I'm being a straight up idiot, you just tell me. Jordan, you're being a silly nanny. Have I ever seen Duck Dynasty? Was that the show on A&E about the guys that look like ZZ Top that sold duck whistles? No, it's a typical hunting thing. You don't strike me as much of a hunter. What gave that away, if I could ask? No, you're damn right. I'm not much of an outdoorsy type of guy. Oh. I mean, I like the outdoors, but I'm not, yeah, I don't do hunting. I don't care to, like, go fishing and all that stuff. I hate camping. Your aversion to firearms gave it away. That, you know what, though? Of all things... What the... Okay. I still gotta go further... Fucking further south. God damn it. It's one of those weird things of, like... I don't have an aversion to firearms per se. I find them interesting. But it's my... I still don't understand... the concept... I guess it's like... It's, you know, it's an American thing. Just the thought process that, like... There's a country that exists that, like, it's just like, that's... I don't want to say it's your identity, because I know it's not, and it's unfair for me to say that. But to a lot of people, a lot of Americans, owning guns is their identity, unfortunately, or fortunately. And I always thought, like, surely at some point in time, like, you know, if you talked and looked at the old, you know, the original founding fathers, I guess, if you think of them that way, I was like, I think was it Family Guy that, like, poked a joke about them referring to bear arms, and they're like, oh, surely they'll know what bear arms are, right? Like, surely this couldn't get misconstrued into something else. You have the same identity in Montreal and Northern Ontario. Wait, Montreal is like a gun city? I mean, Toronto's a gun city, but that's for other reasons. Like, I get the Northern Ontario thing for sure. The Mossfern Highways. It's like okay, we're gonna go that way anyways. They're big hunters north of Montreal. Okay, yeah, I guess so. Oh, I probably should have waited to sell this guy. Your entire country was settled based on the fur trade. Yeah. I mean, I get it, but was it guns and all that stuff? And now, like, I don't know if you've heard it. It's not really the store that basically started that whole thing. The Hudson's Bay Company is going under. Trapping guns, sure. Yeah. I work to earn money to buy my daughter medicine. Please buy something. Oh, I feel bad. But I need you to carry different things here, sir. I need you to carry something different. I guess I'll buy some remedies so your kid can get some medicine. Lots of save points here. Areas I relatively may or may not have found. Alright, so that looks like the area you want to go, but it looks like there is some places to buy some new stuff here, so this might be it. I haven't found a place to buy new weapons in a while. Ooh, pretty. Oh, this is the fortress. Oh, I didn't even know. Drop supplies, just drop it on some poor person. I was so worried that I wasn't going to be able to stream today. It's funny, I got a call from my landlord like 2.5 days ago, 3 days ago. They're like, please don't put any water down your kitchen sink. So we had a problem like a few weeks ago of where they'd come in, cut a hole in my wall, and then realize, like, oh, the problem is not here, but they had to just check, right? And they fixed it, whatever. So like called me like all frantically, like, oh, please don't put any water down your kitchen sink. We have the same problem as we did before, and then it won't be fixed till like Thursday, being today. I think, yeah, that was like Monday, and I was like, so I had just done dishes. So my assumption is that I probably was sending a giant leak to someone below us, which was the problem, and then they're like, what the fuck, it's happening again. You know, and I feel bad for these people, but I was like, really? Like, you want me to go 2.5 days? Like, I was joking with my wife. I was like a bus boy, so like, you know, I was doing dishes in my bathtub with like a plastic tote that I had to bring in there, so I had water, so I wasn't, you know, sending it stuff down there. And I was like, oh my god. Now I was like, wait, am I gonna get a letter that they're gonna be working in my apartment today, like to actually be fixing the problem? Because obviously I couldn't stream if there was guys working in here, but there's not, so I can only assume. In a way, the Second Amendment is the greatest deterrent to invasion from other countries. It's a little bit up for interpretation like all amendments, but we use firearms to hunt mostly, and that can be an enjoyable break from life. Silent in nature, hunting for your own food, venison is pretty good when prepared well. Yeah, like, I'm not off to... Like, I would actually love to shoot a gun. I always thought about it the few times I went to Vegas. I know you can go to a few gun stores there and, you know, rent a gun, go to their range and you know, rent a couple bullets and whatever, and, you know, get your inner American out of you type of thing, but it never really came up, and I'm not overly interested in firearms. But like, I certainly get the point, and obviously, like, isn't part of the amendment sort of like a little bit of what's going on today of like what is it, to defend yourselves against a well-armed militia or something like that. Like, I apologize, I don't know it. But it's sort of like, you know, it's in case the government becomes corrupt, right? That you can defend yourself, so that you know, do you want the King of England to be coming and taking your land? Not that that's going to be happening, but yeah, I saw there was also, I believe it was the one of the Shin Megami Tensei games also got a remake. Devil Summoner? They call it something else, like Raikou or something. Raikou Remastered, but I think it's the Devil something, Devil Summoner series or something. Very exciting times. And the Dragon Quest 1 and 2 remake, okay, that's good. This is like their last big hurrah for the original Nintendo Switch, right? Because basically after this, I've heard that they want to release the Switch too in like June, July. Like, you don't realize, like, that's pretty close. Nestled as it is on the border of Nabradia and Damascus, and Albina was always bustling with trade between the two. These days it's more fortress than town, at least it's still here though. Our home of Nabadus was wiped from the land, leaving naught but a necrohall of fiends behind. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be... Thank you. Thank you. Come one, come all, magics! Straight from the lost city of Nabadus. I got the connections that make lesser magicers green, no magic necessary. Take a look at my wares. Yeah, history teacher coming out of you. Yeah, that's the wording. Oh, I actually have, like, all of them here. I was not expecting that. Okay. I got lots of things here, none of which I'm at to leave to talk about in the public, if you know what I mean. We have it all. I love the little whimsical music that's happening while I'm literally in the slums of a fortress. Never should open my shop in this heat. Buy something, will ya? I don't know what to buy, dude. Like, you guys have so much shit. And I really think I do have it all. I came to Albina right away in this game. Oh, like to buy stuff. You know, like you got all the bad things that could happen to you. I'll buy all the ones that like might be 50. I'm sure there's reasons where you would use these. Like I'm sure there's a whole rabbit hole somewhere online that someone's going to explain the whole, you know, gamut system and like what, you know, you really want to make it something yourself. You buy the Phoenix Downs for a particular leveling up trick. There's a leveling up trick?